Engaging into improv activity is like analogous to working out in gym. We build cognitive muscles or neurons in our brain that can help us improvise in life and be happy. So Elaine and I will demonstrate an activity called lightning round. In this activity, each person will stop speaking after a phrase or two, and the other person will have to begin with the last word that the previous person stopped at, and will continue back and forth. So Elaine, are you ready?
I am.
What is the most unusual experience you have had on Halloween?
Halloween's always an unusual experience for me, Shabir. I don't really celebrate it.
It is a kind of a funny holiday for me too.
Too true. I think a lot of people think it's very funny.
Funny is not the right word for me. I feel like it's inconvenience, and I tonight I'm gonna turn off the light, go into a different room, and watch TV.
TV is a great way to avoid those trick-or-treaters.
Treaters are fun if I'm getting the treat, but I don't like the tricksters.
Tricksters can make your life very interesting. And let's call it a scene right there. Thank you, Shabir.
Thank you.
This is just a little game we play at every meeting. It's how we start and warm up our neurons and those brain cells and get ourselves loosened up to play. Because improv is exercise, but it's also play. And it all starts with an attitude, a mental attitude called yes and. Yes and. So, what are the other characteristics of improv? The yes and mental attitude says, yes, I see what's in front of me, I accept it, I acknowledge it, and I'm going to add my creativity to it to move it forward. We practice that every meeting. We listen deeply to the other speakers, and we also strive to make our partners look good. Things that happen at every single Toastmaster meeting in the different roles. So the benefits for speakers are that you can connect with your audience on a deeper level. You can be more confident taking risks on stage, and you can just have more fun on stage as you connect deeply. So I invite you to come and check out our club. We meet Monday night at 7 o'clock on the first, third, and fifth Mondays of the night. And in the chat is our meetup if you'd like to join us at our next meeting on Monday night to learn how to step outside yourself and take risks. And Shabir, have the final word.
So when you face any situation, remember to say, yes, I accept. Then take action with what you have at the moment and what you can do at that moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Shabir and Ellen. I remember my first Toastmaster experience ever before I became a member. I froze on table topics for 2 minutes. Didn't say a word, but I still got claps. It's going to be a nightmare for me to go through a 1 hour full of a meeting on improv. But it seems very interesting and very exciting. Thank you for that details. Please help me welcome the next club, Silicon Valley Storytellers. How is your day going? Can you see the timer?
Yeah, I can see the timer.
I don't see the timer.
Can you see the timer?
I see it now. Yep, I see it now.
Perfect. Please help me welcome Pat Furagan and Anne Hu from Silicon Valley Storytellers.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Good morning. Pat and I represent Silicon Valley Storytelling Club. Who does not like a good story? We enjoy an evening of great stories ranging from personal experiences, folklore, long excuses at work, to ridiculous, outrageous, tall tales. We're the first storytelling Toastmaster club in the South Bay area. It has been 7 years now, and we follow the Toastmaster format. Plus, we focus on stories. Our group has experienced speakers and storytellers, some who have developed their skills over time and some who just started. So it's all for all levels, no experience required to join. So just show up, and we meet second and fourth Mondays of each month from 6:45 to 8:30. How many of you have sit through trainings with going through the slides and boring? And I actually had to encounter a sexual harassment training at work, and it was just, oh, not again. And then last year we had a trainer who presented that I was so engaged to his presentation for the entire hour. He told us stories, cases. He has been in sexual harassment training for 30 years, and he made connection to all of us that I still remember some of the cases that he presented and what we should do, what we should not do at workplace or outside of the workplace to stay away from trouble of getting a sexual harassment situations. So making connection, discover, empower through storytelling is the key. And there are a lot of benefits for joining our club, that we offer a variety of storytelling workshops, and our speech will be evaluated based on storytelling principles, and each meeting has a meeting theme. And then of course we have annual story slam, holiday party, and club anniversary in June. So there are some social aspect of our club. And I'll let our fellow member Pat to go over our meeting structure. Pat?
Thank you very much, Anne. And okay. So yes, so we have a similar story structure to meeting structure to the other storytelling club. We do have tail topics. We have it's instead of table topics, and we have a storytelling tip, which we try to incorporate some aspect of storytelling into our speeches. And we have the idiom of the day, and everything, the idiom of the day, the tail topics are included as part of the theme of the, related to the theme of the meeting. And we would like, okay, and I'd like to say that it's sometimes a challenge to find a story in a certain type of speech, but it can be done. In fact, I think any speech can be made into a story. Thank you. Back to Shamala.
Thank you, Pat and Dan. You inspired me for one reason, because the other day when I was trying to put my kids to sleep, they asked me for a story. Because I couldn't come up with a story, I said I have to do some Toastmasters work, and then I just came out and sat near the laptop. I think probably if I can visit your club a couple of times, I will get some ideas how to spin off a story on the spur of the moment so that I can actually make them happy. Thank you for that inspiration, Anne and Pat. The next one, or rather the last one but not the least, Surf City Advanced Toastmasters. How is your day going? Can you see the timer?
My day's going great, and yes, I can see the timer.
Henry, can you also see the timer?
Yes, I can see the timer. I need to start my video also.
Yes, please.
Good. I'm okay.
Perfect. Please help me welcome Michael Hoynatsky, Henry Miller, representing Surf City Advanced Toastmasters.
Thank you for the wonderful warm welcome and listening to all of the other clubs. It's always a great day at Surf City because surf's up. I'm Michael Hoynatsky from Surf City Advanced. And what's unique about our club? Well, we only meet once a month, which is great because everyone has such a full schedule these days. We give longer speeches, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes if needed. You receive a round robin evaluation plus 16 additional evaluations for the round robin. One person will say, Michael, I loved your transitions. The next evaluator will say, Michael, you need transitions. So you get the wonderful breadth and depth of great evaluations with each person adding something new. I think in Search City, we truly address the heart of communication. And then after your speech, after the evaluations, we have something called Speaker Share. So Speaker Share allows us to go ahead and have a dialogue with everyone in the group about any part of our development and delivery of the speech. Our club highlights, we journey deep into the world of humor and inspiration. And we really give the warmth of community and a sense of belonging that people care so much about right now. For me, it's about the relationships. Through the coaching and evaluation, I've developed some of the most important relationships in my life. Our members say they leave each meeting feel inspired to become a better human being. And if you want to find us, look for the flyer with the link to the recipe for the world's best chocolate cake. Over to you, Henry.
Thank you, Michael. And I'm going to just add the icing to the cake. Yes, on the fourth Saturday of each month, Surf's Up at Surf City Toastmasters. And you don't need a wetsuit. You just have to come on down and dive in. And there you will find a number of senior and experienced Toastmasters who have held district office and are willing to help you mentor you and provide valuable feedback to make you a better speaker. Particularly those of you who are struggling with pathways, because most of us have already had DTMs in the traditional program, and we have fully embraced the pathways program. We have a few members who have already achieved their DTMs in the pathways programs, and they will guide you along if you're struggling in those areas. We are also a group of Toastmasters who love helping each other. As Michael said, relationships are most important to us. We meet once a month, yes, but we communicate throughout the month with each other. So let me throw it back to Michael to add a little more about Surf City Toastmasters.
When people visit our club, they often comment, this is such a heart-centered club. And I think that's the key, because the better we are at accepting others, the more comfortable people are writing and speaking about topics that are dear to them and important to them. It's a very safe environment, and wherever you want to go with your speech, we're with you the whole way. Some of you know I baked my first brioche this last week. If you want the recipe, I'll email it to you. It's from the Cordon Bleu. Thank you so much.
Enjoy. Thank you, Michael. Surf City on the fourth Saturday of each month. Come visit us and have fun.
Thank you, Michael and Henry. I am definitely going to reach out to you for Pathways projects. How you handled so many uh, projects and how were you able to complete DTM in Pathways? That definitely caught my attention. Thank you for stating that out loud. So it's not too difficult as everyone is thinking then. It's very inspiring. Appreciate it. All right, Ashish, do we have any questions directed to any specific club? And given that we have little time, see if you can consolidate the questions and rotate around the club's names, please.
So there's one question which was interesting, and the question was, some of the specialty clubs apparently, even in the club meetup page, do not have information to contact them. So I was wondering if any of the specialty clubs could address on how it would be the best to contact them via an official channel. Say, if you look up specialty clubs in Toastmasters, what would be the easiest way to find them?
Do you want us to answer that during or live?
Actually, I can answer that because it kind of answers all the clubs rather than individual ones. We have flyers provided by the clubs themselves that we will share. And also our district website actually has the link that is updated. If the link is not updated, we will do a follow-up with the clubs and then make sure it's updated. But you will see all the details on Fall Fusion website on our d101tm.org. Any other questions, Ashish?
Another question is directed to the Mandarin dual language club who presented today. So the question is, the Mandarin English, do you have to speak both the languages? How does evaluation work if you speak only one of the languages?
Yes, thank you for that question. So I think at minimum, you would need to have an understanding of both languages, being able to listen to both of them. Um, Although we have certainly had people, both guests and guest speakers, uh, who only understand one language at all, and they've actually said to us that they can kind of understand a language they don't even know any words from because of all the verbal cues and all these sort of, or sorry, non-verbal cues as well as verbal hesitations and sort of pauses and that which gives meaning to the speech even when the language is foreign. Um, so evaluations are usually done in the same language as the speech itself. So there shouldn't be any problems there.
Thank you, Kelvin. Kelvin,
Yes.
I have a
thank you.
question. What can you elaborate more on PowerPoint karaoke 831 storytellers? I definitely want to know how to play that and probably not steal it really, but incorporate it is the right word.
Yes, it's a fun activity that kind of blends storytelling as well as improvisation at the same time. One of our members, Ken Braley, helps with that because he collects the sort of zany pictures throughout the year and then puts them together in separate slide decks of about 10 to 12 slides. You get to pick a topic. So the topic could be how to travel in Europe. And then he starts the slides, and the slides could be nothing to having to do with travel or Europe, or it's just a whole lot of fun. So you see the slides happening and you just keep talking. And as the slide changes, you have to change where you're headed, but you try to stay on topic. And of course you have to stay on time. So it's a lot of fun. We all laugh very hard that night. So I really encourage everyone who wants to try it out to join our meeting in December 15th, to try out karaoke, PowerPoint karaoke. It'll be fun.
Thank you, Helen. We have very little time, and I really want to ask one question per club at least so that we get a little more flavor. Can we have a short answers, please? Leadership 101, I'm curious to see, given that it's all based on leadership skills building, how have you used the skills you acquire in this club at your workplace?
I will take that question. You use it in how you communicate. People that are stronger communicators are stronger leaders. Stronger leaders are stronger communicators. So it's not something that is just for people that are looking towards leadership. It's something that are for people that look to lead forward, to be able to share something that is more compelling and more convincing. And certainly with some of the exercises that we do within our club, things like being able to question authority, we have to really stand our talk, which makes us even that much more self-assured.
Thank you, Rita. Peninsula Pros, if you have to pick one thing, what is your club's main focus?
I think you heard it. It's evaluations, evaluations, evaluations. And I share Carrie's sentiments. Most people do when you first get there. It's like, how do you do that? But it's really a great point of learning. Everybody grows because you're stretched. Takes a while, but you get there. So evaluations.
Good to know. Thank you. Just reiterating again. Very nice. Silicon Valley Improv Masters, I heard that you talk about improvisation and all of that, but typically how much of time you spend in improv activities in each meeting?
A great question. It's about 40 to 50 minutes and it's sprinkled throughout the meeting. Guests are welcome to play along.
Very interesting. And I'm sure I can find the details on our district website.
And yeah, if you go to the meetup and join, you'll get the link to our meeting. Come check us out Monday night.
Yes, thank you. Silicon Valley Storytellers, what are two benefits of joining Silicon Valley Storytellers Club?
Thank you for that question, Shamala. When you join our club, we offer member orientation to get you right, a kickstart in your Toastmaster journey. And then we also pair up a mentor to work with you one-on-one. And then we also offer a variety of storytelling workshops. So we can all improve and hone our storytelling skills. And then the annual Story Slam, I think that we are able to fit 20 to 25 speeches throughout our meeting for a short 5-minute story. I think overall is the connect, discover, empower through storytelling and become an effective communicator and eventually a great leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. One last question to Surf City Advanced Toastmasters Club. What attitude or quality is important to bring to your group?
Go ahead, Michael.
Attitude or qualities? Attitude or qualities? I think just the enthusiasm for wanting to become a better person and make the world a better place. That's it. We'll fill in the rest of the details. In fact, we won't fill in the rest of the details. You will, but we'll listen to your speech and help you polish your presentation.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks to each and every one of you for introducing your clubs to us. It has been such a great learning experience and hope you had fun as well. I would also like to take a moment to thank all the panelists, Ashish, our tech chair, Carolyn, our timer, and most importantly, every single one of you for taking part in this session. Your feedback is super valuable for us so that we make our future events even better. Please do look out for an email from us in the next couple of days. Most probably it will be tonight. For more fun stuff, a costume contest, a humorous contest is on the other side of the break. See you there in the main room. Bye.
Bye. Have fun.
Just a small note, guys. When you leave the room, make sure you click on leave room and not leave the meeting. And this is not something that we introduced for Halloween. Leaving the meeting will take you out and spook you out, but leaving the room will take you back to the main room. That's where you want to be.
Thank you, Ashish, for that.